Well, hi, it's Regular EV Dad here. This is going to be, I hope, I never know when I start these things, but a short video because I've not done one for a while. You're not going to get all the driving stuff because I didn't bring any of my camera setup with me. This is a long but quick trip. So I'm driving to LA. I live in San Jose. That's no big deal. Door to door, it's 339 miles. I have meetings late this afternoon and then some stuff this evening and then meetings tomorrow, and then I'm going to do one stupid thing and then I'm going to drive home really late. But Kyle from Out of Spec, and I'll put a link to it, talks about the Electrify America charging network and how unreliable it has become, and how we're getting to a point now where there are too many cars for too few chargers. And I agree with them sometimes, especially the overused ones on certain corridors. So I'm going to be using one of the most important corridors on the West Coast, which is I-5. And this is what I'm thinking right now while I'm driving. So I set off with a full battery. It is, my car, by the way, is doing great. The ID4, we're over 40,000 miles and I'm showing zero degradation in the pack. I know I could comfortably do 234 miles at 70 miles an hour. No problem at all. And that's how it was when it was new. There has been some degradation, but it's limited. It's been held in the buffer of the battery. However, my options are I can go 115 miles and then charge. That's not that much fun because I'll be coming in at a very high state of charge, and that would be at Harris Ranch, which has 6 chargers. I was there 2 weeks ago. Half of them were out of order. After that, it's not Kettleman, what do you call it? Lost Hills. PlugShare says there was only 1 unit working 3 days ago, and there hasn't been many posts since then. I gotta go and check. And then if I slow down, I think I have to slow down from memory, I can make it to Shell Countryside Market, also known as Raju. And that apparently has only 2 working. So yeah, these aren't good choices. My other choice was to go down 101 and charge at Paso Robles, but that doesn't help me. I still then have to charge. I'd have to do a really deep charge, which takes a long time to get over the Grapevine. So yeah, this is a 2-stop journey, but that's only so I've got enough charge when I get there. The hotel I'm staying at actually has chargers. So, join me on this little journey. Long, but little journey for you. I'm gonna let the car do a big chunk of the driving while I check out the situation, while I move into the HOV lane. And yes, you see, I just moved between these 2 vehicles, which is like 3 vehicles apart, and this guy decided to give me the finger. Maybe his dinosaur juice is too expensive. Anyway, sit, enjoy, be safe.
A few moments later.
So I'm heading down 5 right now. I'm just going past Mercy Springs. This is where the California Canal comes close into 5 for a time. The situation is, and I'm minded to take a look, but I also do need to just get down there. only 2 of the 6 chargers are working at Harris Ranch. Bear in mind, they have 30 superchargers with another 90 coming online. Then we have apparently Countryside Market yesterday said nothing was working. 19 hours ago, nothing was working. This morning, a BMW i3 plugged in and just said positive. Didn't say what rates, how much, So I messaged that person. We'll see what they have to say. So my current strategy, not by choice, well, by choice, I could go I could have just kept going to the other side of the Central Valley and gone down 99, which interestingly, as I realized I've never done before. But anyway, I'm going to stop at Lost Hills. I estimate I'll come in with around 10-15%, which is fine. And I will grab something to eat. It's going to be around 11 o'clock. It's not going to be good, but we'll do some work. We'll do a heavy charge, and we'll get well over the Grapevine and into the LA basin where there's lots of chargers. Yeah, I've gone 85 miles. I've got 100. This tells you where this is. The car is wide. I've done 86 miles and there's 143 left on the GOM. And I've been doing speed limit plus 5-10% the whole time. I do like elements of this car. It's very, very consistent. Anyway, that's the current plan. I'm watching the GOM and I'm watching what Waze has to say, and hopefully the wind will play nice, and yeah, onwards.
A few moments later.
So I'm gonna stop briefly for you. I've got 38.5 miles to go to my actual charging stop at Lost Hills, which is according to PlugShare working but not well, an e-tron, and I think I've met this person, Dr. Audio. Hi. Going past some awesome John Deeres. I'm not going to show you, but anyway, big tackle. We're going to pull off at Kettleman briefly, and we're going to look at the future Electrify America site. This is one of their showcase sites. Anyway, we've got a different name for it. I can't think what it is. Hub sites or something. So we're going to take a quick look at that, and then do the extra 30 miles to charge up. We're going to come in at around 10%, so that's fine. I mean, you know, we might shred a little bit of that speed off, but that's the plan. Oh, Dr. Audio said Lost Hills is speed limit is limited. His e-tron was only charging at 99, so you have to assume the e-tron battery is up to 10 because I don't think anyone lives there. I have had that same issue at Lost Hills. So I am going to do, because when I dropped London off, I had to clean her shoes, or rather her shoes have been cleaned and my wife told me to finish cleaning them. I actually have a rag. Well, I have a dog towel, but we're going to get that nice and wet, and we're going to cool the handle down. See if that does anything. An e-tron does 99. Let's see what this will do. That's the plan. All right, onwards.
A few moments later.
There's more vibration when I drive faster, but we're just shredding the battery. I'm 18 miles away from Lost Hills. I've got 35 on the GOM. I'm at 14%. So we're just going to paint it. Had a quick look at the sites at Kettleman, and I say sites with an S, plural. So we got the brand new Electrify America. That's got 10 chargers, 10 stations. These are the new slimline design. One of them isn't. One of them is the new, but what will be older, Signets, which has got the chatter mode. So this is California, so there will be one chatter mode. Probably has a software bug and will never work, but it'll be there. And then I just remembered seeing something about it. EV Range, which is a company I'd love to talk about at some point. They're putting in 2, probably 150 DC fast chargers just up the way behind the Quality Inn Hotel, which I would not describe as, well, I have stayed at good Quality Inns. This does not look like one of the good ones. But anyway, diversity is a good thing. Resiliency, diversity, I think we've talked about this on the podcast. Anyway, we're going to be at 15 minutes or so. We're going to be charging up, and hopefully, let's see what happens.
A few moments later.
Well, we've left Lost Hills. That was, in the end, uninteresting. One of the 4 isn't working. It's actually the one that's kind of stands alone and out of the way. But I plugged into Unit 2, which was available, and went up to 124% right away. It's 95, right? It said it was 99. We're moving now, it's 95. So it's hot, which it was the last time I charged there, which I think was July of last year. I'm not sure. That's what PlugShare says, and I'm usually pretty good about checking in, and yes, I did check in this time. Although I checked in with the wrong car. I said that I was using the e-tron, and I'm not. I'm in the ID4. And charged, it ramped up to 123, probably went to 126, but I went in to use the men's room in the Flying J Pilot that's right next door. Grabbed some lunch. I was there for 35 minutes. I overcharged just a little bit, so I charged up to 80%, not because I'm trying to preserve the battery, that wasn't the reason. I charged up to 80% because I needed 76% to get all the way to LA. I'm not messing around today. There's not, once you drop down into the LA basin, I'm going to have to go a little bit cross country. There's no just off the freeway chargers on where I'm going. So this one is about 5 minutes from my hotel. And whilst I have overnight charging, I don't want to trust it. I have some time available tomorrow in case something goes wrong. So I will do a quick heavy charge. I'm predicted to get in at 2 o'clock. I don't have to be at my hotel till 3 because I have meetings at 3:30 at the hotel. Nice and easy. So I'll charge up there, hopefully. Just take the heavy, take it from wherever it is up to 40%. That's the hardest, fastest charge. You can do that very quickly, like 20 minutes in this car. But yeah, we got 137 to go. We've got 160 on the GOM. We do have to go up the Grapevine, but we have multiple bailout options. Did meet a nice chap. I think he's got a brand new EV6. He was having his, you know how to stop the charge, which I've never seen before. He used a credit card instead of the app, even though his car gets free charging, I think. Anyway, very nice chap. If you subscribed, hi, pleased to meet you. And yeah, I'll check in with you along the way. Oh, one last thing. So that's Lost Hills. Tesla's not done yet taking ownership of the corridor. There's a Denny's as you come off on the west side well, so on the north side, so on the northwest corner, Tesla has, they've not bought the Denny's. The Denny's is still operating, but all the parking around the outside is now being turned into superchargers. They've got covers over them right now, but yeah, 20 more superchargers. That's an investment. All right, onwards.
A few moments later.
Well, welcome to Los Angeles. I know you can't see it, but just trust me on this one. I'm past the Grapevine. I'm half a mile from Burbank. I'm going past the old airport mall-y thing, which I always see.
Vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Made a HOV lane, enjoying my privilege. My battery is down to 45 miles and 14%, and that's because we've been coming down from the Grapevine, so the efficiency is pretty good. You have to have a certain amount of confidence that you will get back what you put in. So going uphill, you use more.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
You will get it back at the as you continue. And I early on, I got a little bit paranoid about these things. Not early on today, I mean early on when I first got this thing, and I was heading. I went up to Klamath and was going over the passes there. So I'm going to be. I'm 10 miles away, 45 on the GOM. So the efficiency's been pretty good, and we've not been doing the speed limit too often. So what have we learned from this? Well, So I think if I didn't mention it, there's going to be a link to Kyle's video, his Out of Spec video, where he talks about the infrastructure. But we're not just picking on Electrify America. There's any number of EV goes that have issues as well. It's disappointing that the maintenance of these units is such a problem. So today, I wasn't bothered about stopping at Harris Ranch to charge because I would only been less than 50% into the battery pack, and it's just not worth it. That would mean I'd have to do a really deep charge from a very high state of charge, and then I'd have to do another charge. Which, just a pain in the ass. Going off the comments on PlugShare, I was fortunate that only one of those units was out at Lost Hills. Apparently more have been out. I never got an answer back about Raju, but I can't tell you what I don't know. I know this is jiggling quite a lot, by the way. The road is just god awful. I would agree with Kyle that last year.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
I have to behave myself now because I'm overtaking a CHP officer. I would agree with Kyle that last year really was a golden age. Really was. We had, when I drove the ID4 across the country, we had problems at Winnemucca, minor problem on the way back. We had the car issue, which was nothing to do with the infrastructure, but yeah, I don't think I ever had to wait. But I think I've only ever had to wait to charge twice.
Police reported ahead.
But those days behind us. And I'm not worried. And here's the reason why. Tesla is going to open up the supercharger network, or portions of it, in North America. And that's going to, I mean, just the amount of infrastructure that I've seen that's being, extensions at Kettleman, extensions at Harris Ranch, a brand new one up at Lost Hills, and and somewhere else I saw it, another new Tesla site. I mean, they're talking about, Carl mentioned in his video, 3 sites a day coming online. I'm going to a stop. We're in LA. So that's going to make things simple. I don't know what the terms and conditions are. That EV range site, which is, I don't understand their business model. I'm sure it's a mixture of credits and cash and whatever. It's a future long-term investment. But, there's alternatives being created all the time. And as we go through this transition, we've got the Flying J's, their deal with EVgo. That's going to put more on. I have questions about transmission, about production and transmission. And again, I think that there's more opportunity there. Tesla's building up massive battery packs, not just for the local sites. I mean, entire towns worth of battery packs. So what they've done at Moss Landing. Yeah, always going to be easier to get gas. This is going to get a little bit harder, but maybe we just had it too good for a good length of time. I think the issue is going to be, this is horrible, some kind of prejudice issue. At some point, we're going to hate Chevy Bolts and BMW i3s and other 50 kilowatt slow charging vehicles. Now, I remember when I used to take my i3 up to San Francisco and back, and I would stop for 10 minutes at the supercharger at a 50 kilowatt EVgo at Whole Foods to get home. I mean, that was amazing. Now, I feel that person's just bogging time. Yeah. But it's a brave new world. But I hope you've enjoyed this. Please go watch Carl's video, like and subscribe, leave your comments. I'll try and answer them. From LA, have a great day.
A few moments later.
Well, would you like to know what irony looks like? How you doing? I pulled in to this Bank of America in North LA. It's the one closest to the hotel I'm staying in. And it's full. All 3 are full. Now, shouldn't be an issue because there's this is what I'm saying, faster cars make this work. There's an EV6 who's already at 65%, even on the 150. There's an ID4 and there's a Chevy Bolt. So we'll it's 10 minutes to go anywhere else, so we're going to sit and wait. I'm figuring the EV6 is going to be my friend. Irony. I think this actually meets the definition. All right, be safe.